Oh. What is this? What have I started playing? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello everyone and welcome to an auspicious game. This is called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I have no idea what this is except for the fact that we're probably supposed to like romance hot anime Colonel Sanders. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and we are going to jump in. New game. My name is M. That is my name, yes. That is in fact my name. Why are there chicken and biscuits? Am I going to offend the Colonel if I say that I actually don't prefer KFC over any of the fast food places? You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you can wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock, up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceilings, thinking about everything that awaits you as the prestigious University of Cooking Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through the morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Why is there a glowing biscuit on my screen? You just need to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School. Academy for Learning, what a great name. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standards. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you've been the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy, I can say that word, for learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her, or should you change the subject to give her some relief? Let's give her a pep talk. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and we had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Girl, your bangs look like you cut them yourself. You look like me right now, who cuts her bangs herself. Can you believe I cut them myself? Yeah, I can. You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted by someone who smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey, it's Ashley, your arch rival who looks like a Pokemon character. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave their shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know that for a fact her name is actually Ashley, but she even had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone else. If anyone knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight that you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van Van, you rang, oh my god. What in the Joseph Joestar? You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close to you, just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would even allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You think they just hand us our diplomas now? Or maybe hire us on as professionals. You amateurs can learn a lot from us. He looks like he's JoJo posing. Is this not a JoJo pose? It looks like a JoJo pose to me. With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly reads Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm M. So, are you going to make me hold this door open all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable! Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup and why is he in our culinary class? He must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of the school. What the heck? Please call me Professor Dog. I might be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof! What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Chat, what the heck is this? Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to beat across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you and you're entirely not wrong. And over here must be sweaty sluts a lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before a faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what's with all your really weird insults? Besides, their sweat's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Okay, you take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing that you didn't forget that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and gets some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world, the birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when it's all said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I'm finished. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway out across town on his tiny wheels. He turned to see the student Sprinkles as referencing who appears to be some sort of industrialized kitchen appliance. The class burst into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles rocks into the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try to butter him up with a treat from your pocket. Obviously a chicken snack, because we're playing a chicken game. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes goes wide as he locks onto it. His favorite! Well, 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 I think there might be some competition for new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they want to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare for your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, there's a seat next to me. It seems no one has claimed the seat next to me. If you're interested. We're gonna sit by Colonel Sanders. I want to say Colonel for some reason. Sanders. You move to take a seat next to Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can, and do it the best you can. It's the only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. It's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz! Yay, a quiz about me, because his name is Pop, okay. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? You should always wash your hands before cooking, because bacteria. Don't want that. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to chicken as chicken is to feather? What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? They said a spork earlier. Is it because KFC has sporks? I'm assuming that's why. Which food is best for a broken heart? Camel meat. Camel meat. Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Okay, is Sprinkles a good boy? He is the best boy. That's right. I got a 5 out of 5 perfect score. Oh my god, I would never cheat, Sprinkles, don't worry. You look up to that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Thank you. It's got a lot of ridges and lumps. No smooth. Hot diggity! You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh! Lunch, lunch, lunch! She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this... Oh my god. Oh my god, it's too beautiful for my eyes. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are large pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept! Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing even less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, dude. Nah. It's just, drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone was laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what singer Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was like writing in my diary, dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I know at the moment that the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. Back off, Ashley. That's my man. That's my man. Get away from him. You have Van Van. Wanna be Joseph Joestar. Leave my man alone. She realizes that she is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van Van the Man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite, and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, that's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing! Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transport you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, grappling to a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Swim towards the light. Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense, you become wrapped up in them, unable to resist. You reach toward the light, it grabs your hand and pulls you closer, closer, until your fingertips connect with the end of anything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no M now. There is only herbs and spices. Dear Miriam tries to revive you. She cannot. What? What? You're telling me I lost because... Oh my god, I have to go through this all over again. Oh my god, I didn't know you could lose. That's ridiculous. What if I hit this? Oh, here we go. Okay, let's skip a little bit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt, maybe? Pepper? Too obvious. Oregano? Basil? Maybe, but there's something else. Something dark. Something spicy. You dig deeper, deeper, deeper. Yes, even deeper still until you find it. Could it be... He really did it. How bold. How adventurous to use... You try to go deeper into the sea of flavor, but this... Okay, I was gonna say, did we fail again? You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by lunch. No one has noticed that you've traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach the Colonel. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I attain. I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me talking. I can't keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 whole more days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got the moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use heroin. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow! You'd never guess that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. And isn't the flavor you tasted before, so now they're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe, but you don't dare tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in this huge revelation, you notice that Sanders has disappeared, while everyone else is still in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. You find Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school building. I think how my story will continue after I graduated. Seems like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone time. How do we spend it? Let's be modest but thoughtful. Well, oh, he likes that about us? Oh my god, he likes that about us. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now that you've got his attention, the flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment. I'm sure you'll be a huge success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking area, or arena. Arena. Master Chef wannabe? Where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could ever need. Look at this place, it's that magnificent. Finally, we can show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff? What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, you'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pay her off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but you're unable to control yourself. You pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2? That is me and you? If I wasn't clear. Oh, she's sad. Want to be my partner? Sure, I'll prepare our station. Without a partner, Miriam is left standing alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friends' duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? We're gonna go with Clank. Clank is a pretty cool dude. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Hold there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue? I hardly know you. Excuse me? Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. I ship them. Looks like the 2 of you will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you 2, for today's lesson, we're gonna keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish should you suggest? Mashed potatoes and gravy from the Colonel Sanders himself. If you literally just pick the entire menu, he's gonna love it, apparently. I've been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking maybe we could do something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep hang yourself on my man. Shut up, Ashley. He's my man. Did someone call for me? Oh no, jeez, Van Van. What's this noise? While I'm over here crushing their dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. What's the deal, remember? Why is this music so loud? Oh my god. Oh my god. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into the boiling water and turns his attention to you and his old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley and Van Van. Are you working in a quartet instead of a duo now? Actually, no. It looked like they were struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. And you know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever that Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration, I can say that word. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But, Colonel, if you ask me, I might be a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at the station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear, she's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at it hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Miriam, your best friend. We need to rely on our best friend. You turn to Miriam. As soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. Why is the music like this? She immediately starts running over. If somebody threatening my friends, I will destroy them. Actually, I think that Ashley and Van Van were just leaving you in the dust. My skills as a chef perhaps, but stepping away from this competition, you're sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but they're my partner for today. You look for Sprinkles and hope that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute dog corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed and boiled potatoes at perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which he pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. So gorgeous. Gravy flows down the mold of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds out a spork to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand there, holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. Then, when you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting something against you with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the spork of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face! Van Van, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes it's delicious! Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there. We do not waste food in the broom. No! Why did you do that? Oh my god. Colonel Sanders, I expected better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I have potatoes, face? Van Van rushes over, a covered dish in his hands. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. If in just a few minutes I prepared a beautiful meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in a silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe. What the heck? Forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off his plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and might have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. It's too late. It's been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! What the heck? Everyone step back, don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle has been slurped right into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the entire crowd. They are motionless as statues. Okay, the class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite the obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds? What? I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and a little more than spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in the class today? Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes? There's something I need to tell you. Hold you right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like, so many weights. We should follow our dreams. The way the music starts back up when Colonel Sanders speaks. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster is here to fight a hero? What? What in the Omori? In the Omori wannabe? Oh my goodness. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster. See? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation? You close your eyes tight, but then open just for enough to squint and see the spork monster cross the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. The spork monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good that defense did. Okay, attack. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. Everybody needs a little love. Spork monster won't forget this. Focuses their mastermind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself that grow larger and more imitating. How will you respond? Attack. Cook with love. They're no quitter, buffed up and ready to grumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork monsters use Utensilize. 2 damage. If you take more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Cook with love. Oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean this up. Feeling vulnerable? Ultimate rounded edge. Thank you for saving me, Colonel. You're a real one. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot pie power pinch. Just 10 damage. It's defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he's still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not wrath. Begone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said. The sport monster scuffles into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a first cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name it's signed is to Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness takes over you. Is this our room? How does he know where we live? That's kind of weird, not gonna lie. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have enough strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers begin being pulled up over you as you're tucked in lightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Oh my god, what is this game? You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premeditation? I don't know what that said. You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really used cocaine! And then, when that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright, not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. Oh my god. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like Clank. I told you I shipped them. I told you I shipped them. Oh my god, hello Robin. I'm playing this game totally because I saw that Robin played this game. Shout out Robin. Oh my god. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something I like about him. I like him, like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a total sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about I can't say this name, Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, he was so popular that he was voted prom king at school he didn't even go to. And there was this convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy. Like, I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend the university? I'm not reading all of that? You're a thing now? We're definitely connected yesterday. You sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, then why'd he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a secret ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that, a secret ingredient. Is there like a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show what he meant. He said it was from a powder created from a super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, even though he met me at a gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me. The flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' new spice recipe, secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it would be much use to anyone. Please, please, please! I know it would mean the world to me. No one has ever known it can come from you or from Colonel Sanders. Make up a fake ingredient. I ain't doing that to my man. We ain't doing that to my man. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about Eye of Newt? I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does that thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm what she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Why is he on a horse? Why is this man on a horse? It's Colonel Sanders! He's arriving at school! Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. Then he slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You're so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beauty you have! I mean, horseful beauty you have. Dang it, that's what I just said! Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, they just get really nervous around people like you. What? This is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a face and a smile that says, "Situation handled." Can't blame a girl for trying. And with the Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and peek over at Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting so immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know what a good meal is if you ate it. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes penchant. My mouse died. I'm gonna have to take my little guy out of here. I hate that, but my mouse is... Oh. There we go. That sucks. But I have to take my little guy out. Oh my god. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. How did they get the book? That's my book. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a fairly heirloom, and it contains R secrets. That's the wrong R. It's O-U-R, not A-R-E. You notice that they haven't even been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him across the classroom. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes to Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got a lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan? Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seat. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now and I hope you're all ready to learn. Rub his little dog belly, he loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review this global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken! Oh my god. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. John Hancock? Because, like, male chickens... Yeah. You think you're slick. You really think you're slick. You think you're funny. You are kind of funny. That was kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good pun. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you sample? A dog biscuit. Because of the shape that it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps? You reach out for it when... Sprinkles! He bit my cooking apron! What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. Oh, great. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconsciousness from the embarrassment. Did I die? Borko, what are you doing here? Oh, maybe it's not. Okay, maybe I'm not dead. It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness... Oh my god. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend. Wherever you are. Which item do you sample? A glass of water. It's cool, crisp, like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. So I guess since we saved this guy and we spared him, he saved us one time from dying. It's from my favorite toilet? And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes, and I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competition cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. You step up and tell them you're on. A bunch of lunchroom competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your grumption. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, a Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Oh god. Just then a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, timer ready. This is what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me. In case anyone was wondering, I hope it manages to lift you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. Why do you have a big old stabby in your hand? I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy one day, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes! Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh my god, I don't know! Seasoned chicken for you, Cookie. You don't know what Colonel Sanders... You have an idea, he said 11. 11 spices. Okay. Now that you've got some basic going, it's time to elevate your craft. State of mind for most... How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his device and draw energy from that place. Small town. Okay. This is your shot and you're not gonna miss it. Aroo! Oh my god. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. The sound of success. Sizzling. What? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. What is this? What the heck are the right answers? Okay, how is sizzling not a right answer here? Like, come on, we're in a cooking competition. Shut up. Oh, no. I skipped it, actually. I guess we're going down a different route. Miriam reaches out and presents you a gift to you. It's my special grilled cheese and tomato soup, with chocolate milk to wash it down, and a tartlet for dessert. It only takes you about 5 seconds to eat Miriam's tiny food, but it's just what you need for motivation. You know what? I've learned enough for today. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. So she helped us out? Oh, thanks, Miriam. Dude, shut up, Ashley. Okay, so this is it. Okay. 11 spices. Gratitude? Okay. Okay. We're doing better. We're doing better. Small town. Okay. Bubbling? What? Why is silence the one you want? Colonel Sanders out your eye. I believe in you. Believes in me? He's actually cheering you on? Which could be awesome, except knowing he's watching you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls? Shoot. You're stranded on a desert island with only one cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're failing behind. Sorry, What? What? At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasp. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might have any hands, but they do, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue the dough before it's overmixed. No! But my hand. Oh, why is he shaking his head in shame at me? What often you find is that the easy way can turn out much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish and I lost my hand for this. Look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that's what makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on the account of their injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish, but I suppose you could at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. It's ugly! Ugly. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you through on a journey of flavor which tastes good and tells a story of excellence. You can't bribe the dog with chocolate. He's a dog. I was gonna ask them to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that's pouring the creamer of the delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of good. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he digs his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places the sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Put yourself between them. You reach out with your apron to wipe off the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel... Oh, no. This goatee isn't a fashion statement. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. What the heck? Dude. Again. Again! 11. Speed run, 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 speed run. Oh my god. No one cares about you. Oh my god. Okay, internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely with your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and you turn to ash. Why did I turn to ash? And now I'm in the quad. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and he decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from the running with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I'd ever fail at anything? Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician? What? Okay. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I've resolved that I was going to amount to something, no matter the amount of hours, labor, or money that would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite inside of him, a passion burning. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's the spork monster. Borko? It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back after the whole fight to the death thing, but maybe you really didn't want to see me, but, I want to say that I was wrong and attack you. And I apologize. I know that it's like having to look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark tonight can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I had to procure, I can read, a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you can find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't have to rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat through them with sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I'll be here. It sounds like some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come, back to my hideaway and we can discuss this. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, okay. The chicken and everything. He's got a goatee as a baby? And he's got a candle of himself? And an urn? Okay. Okay, you know what? Alright. I'm gonna plug my little guy back up now. I'm gonna plug my little guy back up. Gotta let him, get back to the purple. Are you enjoying? I hope you are. Yeah, I did see that they were gonna make like a gaming console kind of thing. I don't know if that was just a joke though. I feel like it was a joke, but people were really taking it serious. The Colonel is pretty fine, not gonna lie. Colonel is pretty fine. ASMR. Come on now. Almost there. There we go, back to the pinky purple. My mouse died and I had to plug it up, but we got that back now. We got that back now. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, but I'm so close to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish he might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crisp. Both, perhaps? Reveal it! You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Oh my god. No way, the music just went. Okay, the shredded cabbage just glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back to this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping! Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Okay. Chicken! Stuffed chicken? It's a real chicken! Taxidermy must have been important to the Colonel when it was alive. The true state of the bird's greatest state of Kentucky. Oh my god. Oh my god. Outside. There's a lake and a mountain range. Oh, ghost guy who died. Just then ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you say I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out by the breeze. Okay. A scented candle. Oh, it's not actually him. Okay, I thought that was Colonel Sanders on the thing, but I guess not. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? A piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? Oh my god. It's cocaine! Oh my god, it's cocaine! Girl, if you try to take his comb, if you try to take his hair and sell it on eBay, I'm gonna beat you. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further investigation, you realize the hair isn't silver in color, but it's spun of silver. Oh, this door opened up. Here lies the ashes of my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. Okay. Oh, it's old Colonel. Standing with a friend? Okay, who is this? Short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete... Okay, is that a reference? Because I don't get the reference. Why is Colonel Sanders an old man in this, huh? Why is he an old man and now he's all like sexy and stuff? What? Why does he have a goatee already? Oh my god. What is that? Oh my god. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off the hanger and try it on. The jacket's a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. The way that home is where the heart is. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Oh, this is awkward. This is awkward. Hey, Colonel! Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan this out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off! You fess up and tell him the truth. Honesty is the best policy. Give me a second to process. Oh my god, hold on. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get away in my dreams. Oh, I run to the door. You stop yourself from running away. Colonel? Yes? I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You walk into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence. Oh, did I sleep here? I thought I ran home. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Why did you say that? I don't like that. I don't like that. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you learned about. Cocaine! In some jurisdictions, cocaine is even illegal. Oh my god. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I whipped up. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence. Such grace. He could be the greatest gift to cookery. Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pull at the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly! Overcome with emotion and confusion by your own feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run to the door and go home. Dang, there's only one day left of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I was worried that something happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I believe that. Since I've been paired up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was, like, interested in spending time, one-on-one time with someone and getting to know me. So I was like, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but quickly it spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm really not sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too! Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Oh my god. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals at the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, even though he himself might not grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order one up for you right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. Here is the horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? Oh, you've got some nerve, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives. Just as he appears, things are starting to boil over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back to fighting for him by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he complimenting her for? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. You know what? Maybe you could tell me more about the thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside. You're just gonna leave? Oh my god. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she was, who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks really bad. It's just something I found laying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I really don't believe in magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? I can't think of one surefire way to find out. You open the book to a page that says, cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it will probably help me focus better on my upcoming final exam. That's way drastic. Couldn't you maybe do something else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a stringer on your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast the forbidden spell. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on your words, and only effect it seems to have is to make you forget what you were doing. Alright, after looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you. Cast the spell. Don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his throat. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up as he starts to breathe quickly. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkle stops in his tracks. He focuses on the windows. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! I should be a voice actor. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied with his presence has been felt, not by only Terrence, but any other squirrel in the hearing distance, he turns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you for reminding me to dole this indicible bit of wisdom, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's low drama spills over into the classroom. Sprinkle is interrupted by whirls and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam Clark appeared to be arguing, but you haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noise. No, you had to show off your cool kids, friends Jeff and John, JJ forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff, or for all I care. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Oh, nice. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried deep friend? This is deep friend. Deep fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clink slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with the shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, showdown, challenge, exam, TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. The test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think of your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad that I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me like that in class in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is still a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. You and me. We're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up. Imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a big ranch enough for the both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else we met today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person that shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it. While you were prep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. There it is. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van that's opposed to Man and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe that you've been working on. M's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, you need to leave me alone. Your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. What are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone that's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get into your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it! Like there was no sound at all. Did you hear that? Hear what? I distinctively heard a bell chime. Somebody must be training Sprinkles to do a trick. I bet his mouth was watering. Strange, I was gonna say that my mouth was watering. Alas, I'll have to look somewhere else for something tasty to put in it. Smoke begins billowing out of the oven, filling the arena around you. Yep, yes, you will. I'll leave you to it then. Happy visualizing. A disappointed Colonel Sanders leaves the area. When the coast is clear, you finally open the oven to find your practice pie has been reduced to ash. Smells like lunch. Beat it, Pop! There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up to the cook-off, you step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus pot pie that you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass, several sets of tweezers, and she's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something his perfect, original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Was this Cooking Wars or something? Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend blaster Baster Blaster! Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops up her pastries on the tray with lightning speed. Shella personality spatula. Even Clink gets on it. You can speak? 5 dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clink learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We must let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Crank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frankly prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got your book of your own, and you're not desperate enough to see her win another battle. You should take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it is certainly evil magic. Do it the hard way. For Colonel Sanders. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. That's what she said. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you out. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world does she get the eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, Spork Monster. Steve, what happened to Borko? You're not even here to battle me, are you? Where Spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate the battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you up to. Caesar crushed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into the salted pot? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't exactly know where they came from, but it seems like they were probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like the time in Monster School when I had fallen asleep during scare tactic class and I woke up. You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon an extra power deep from inside yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orgy. Like Super Saiyan? Oh my god. As culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you summon immediately fades back. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy coursing through your body. You know with this power you could do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear M, you have suffered some setbacks, but it's not all lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to do is make mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you ever laid your eyes on. And besides, something unexpected, combinations can have surprising effects that will surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can force the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clink? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Instead of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down there right now! Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, and seeing how he didn't cook anything, I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, this is not the worst prank in the history of the school, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks? Pranks? Clank! Where did the pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whirl, burp, and other onomatopoeias, but there are none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester of 3 days. 3 whole days. But after days of hard work, time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and a savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. It's a teeny tiny narutomaki. Narutomaki I spy afloat in the itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, Chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked up myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog-nosed tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who don't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was just less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with such love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives a huge hug. Thank you for helping me believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made... Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that looks kind of good. Uni over egg smooth custard in axe hewn. Everything's axes with him. Urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines for a second? Different color type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leads in for a sniff, but he can't get his nose close on the account of the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Ah. Finally, Sprinkles goes on in. Tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. He rolls his tongue back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appeals to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. I kept poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't count contemporary. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laughs at a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps with my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar crystal. Why is her dishes so small? I would pay like $700 just for this. And I would not actually do that. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd like to ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school? Which is why I cooked it. I did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I would have gone to College of Eating School for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you're absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to redelicate herself from being the best. And this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? It actually looks so good. What the heck? Oh my god. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. It's beautiful. It's everything I've ever wanted in my life. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing? And completely blown me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, you get a pass, and you get a pass. Oprah Winfrey style. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item, and the new menu item is so impressive even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafe has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site of school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! Ow! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Yeah, I can read. Who says you can't teach an all do no trick? Are these your prom outfits? I thought we were gonna wear a little bit more promy outfits. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs that they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting! No ghost allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together... The Spork Monster is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on, I like everyone to refer me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he said, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. Oh. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see... Oh, he's got a little prom hat. Oh, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we mailed it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of Chancellor of... such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing? I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I've learned the way of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I just figured out who I really am. This isn't time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Dang, classy. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's just not enough to give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna actually cry. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of Chicken Man and not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end. No, it's not the end. Okay, I was like, I gotta date this man. As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the end of the dance floor. What are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to a dance. I wonder, might you tell me? What are the qualities of a person you expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It's truly my lucky day. Would you like to dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it with you. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time here at school, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Could you live with half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I can enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear. I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. Along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. What a jerk! KFC presents? Okay, oh my god. So that is the end of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. It's a nice little, like, fun game. If you want to play a game just for, like, a meme, just a funny game, this is a great one to play. It's not super long. It's about an hour and a half, to be honest, but it was a finger-looking good game. So if you are watching this on YouTube, thank you. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.